Hey guys, I'm Ocean, and today we're going to find out what do people find attractive about you. This is geared more towards who you are, maybe personality. It can be physical, especially if it comes through in the cards, but mostly this is geared towards the person who you are and what people find attractive about you. All right, so this is pile 1, this is pile 2, and this is pile 3, and all you're going to do is just sit and pause the video if you need to and just woosah meditate. Choose the pile that's calling to you the most. Okay? And yes, if you're called to more than one pile, then watch both piles. All right, let's go. Okay, so if you chose pile 1, we're going to go ahead and find out what people find attractive about you. Okay, so pile 1 right away. That's a very clear message. Ooh. I'm getting very Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. Doesn't mean that that's who you are. Just means that that's what I'm getting. Okay, well, this is pretty straightforward, to be honest with you. Pile 1, people find you to be very, very intelligent. You are so smart. Okay, you may have some type of vision or dreams. You may be into manifestations. People find that you're always working on something, some type of creative idea. And you're always very, very, very focused, okay? So you don't have a problem with starting over. You don't have a problem with being a student. You love to learn, okay? And whatever you're learning, you could be into, it could have something to do with the court system. It could have something to do with fairness. It could have something to do with justice. It could have to do with love. I'm even seeing relationship counseling. I'm seeing things like attorneys. I'm seeing things like people starting their own business. It's almost like you are a polymath, or even I would say jack of all trades, but it feels more polymath. So it seems like you are very quick. You learn things very fast. You may stick to certain things, or you might just next thing you know, you're on to the next thing. And what people find attractive about you is that you're so intelligent, you're smart, the information that you have, and you may share this information freely. You may love to talk to people. You may love to share what you know. You're a person who, I'm getting very Libra vibes, but also Aquarius and Gemini, like I said. But again, it doesn't have to be who you are. But I just think you're a very, very ambitious person. People love your energy. Like you make people feel. And the thing is, you're very intelligent. You're very smart. You may even be extremely intuitive, but you don't make people feel, less than because of how intelligent you are. You may have gone to school, you may have gotten degrees, or you may just be very naturally in tune. You don't make people feel bad for maybe not being as witty or as smart as you are. You may even offer to share your information with people, or show people the way to do it. You may be a very good teacher. You may be a person who guides people, okay? You may be a very loving person. You might love children. You may love fairness. People love the way that they know you're going to be fair. Now, you may be very honest, okay? It may not always be what they want to hear, but you are very fair. You want people to get along. They love how friendly you are. Now, I do see that sometimes you might feel like, oh, yeah, I don't know why people love me, because really I just want to be alone. But I see that people love being around you. People love how passionate you get about your dreams and your visions. People even love when you express yourself. You have a very clever way of expressing fairness. You have a very deep way of showing people right and wrong. You have a very beautiful way of expressing love. And you may be very, I want to say the word is not agreeable, but the word that I'm trying to go for, I don't know why it's not coming to me right now, but you can easily sway a crowd, okay? You can easily get people to see things your way. I think people love the way that your communication skills may be to the next level. Okay, you might even speak another language, but people love the way you effortlessly execute not only your dreams, but the way that you envision yourself. You may be a person who does dream boards, you may be a person who has vision boards, or someone who's heavily into manifestation and reading and acquiring knowledge, maybe even being on YouTube all the time or getting information. Okay, you are a person who is literally out of this world. Like, people want to be around you. They love talking to you. They love hearing what you have to say. They love hearing what you accomplish. They love being around you because you calm people down. You might be the person, you notice that people who are emotional or depressed, they want to be around you because you speak life into people. You are the person who gets people motivated. You're the person who gets people going. You're the person who gets people out of the funks that they're in, depression or whatever it is. You're the person who they go to. This may be depleting on your energy sometimes. I do feel the need for you to woosah. You might even, you know what I'm saying, light it up one time. Okay, that may be your method of choice. Either way, you may just be a person who likes to take walks or has to release that energy, because I do see empath energy here. So I feel that you may be a person who kind of takes in everyone else's problems because you always have a solution. You know, you always know exactly what to say. You always know exactly how to inspire people. You know, you always know exactly how to motivate someone, especially when it comes to their visions and their dreams and picking themselves back up and starting all over, because you're not afraid to do that. You're not afraid to be a student. So I think people love this about you. I think people love the way that you're very optimistic, even though you may feel I can be both. What are you talking about? People see the optimistic side of you. People see the side of you that's just driven, inspirational, problem solving, and it's almost like there's nothing that you can't do. When people want to know something, they come to you. Even if you feel like, I gotta go Google it too. But you know, when they come to you, they know they're gonna get the answer. They know they're gonna get a pick me up. They know they're gonna get optimism. They know they're going to be excited again. They know that they're going to get out of that darkness or that depression. So I definitely recommend you being out in nature. Wusa, if marriage or ganja is your choice, okay, whatever it is that you do, you have a lot of information. You think a lot. You may even have the tendency to overthink, but that just may be, you know, between me and you. But I definitely see that you need to wusa your energy because you take in a lot from people. And yes, I do see that you're always working on projects, or you're trying to ground things. You're trying to take things out of your mind and turn them into reality. And I think people admire that too. They're inspired by that. So that's all I have for you, Paul One. If you like the video, feel free to like the video. If you love the video, then feel free to subscribe, Paul One. What are you doing? Stay a while. But if this did resonate with you, please leave it in the comments and let me know that you chose Pal 1. If you chose Pal 1, leave the prayer emoji. Yeah, leave that. Let us know. Okay? Bye, Pal 1. Okay, so if you chose Pal 2, we're going to go ahead and get into what people find attractive about you. Oh, wow. I shuffled this several times and it came out in order. Okay? Wow, you could have really been drawn to Pile 1. There's a lot of similarities here, but there's a lot of differences as well. Pile 2, I'm getting very, yes, Aquarius, Scorpio, maybe even Pisces, watery vibes. And also, I see Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius too, but there's a depth to you. I think the thing that people find attractive about you is that you go your own way. You're not like anybody else. You never have been. You stand out, definitely. You have been through things and you always seem to get through them. You may like to keep to yourself. You may suffer from a lot of depression and bouts of just needing to be alone. You're going through an awakening. but people love your style. There's just something different about you. I think you scare people. Um, yeah, people don't know what they're getting into, so they may keep a healthy distance from you. At the same time, they're very intrigued by your depth. There's something very deep about your eyes. You may have Gemini rising or Scorpio rising, maybe even Aquarius rising, or in those placements, even in your moon. There's something that's very deep about your eyes. You may not make eye contact with people much because it's too intense for them. You can see through people. You also have a side that's like, don't fuck with me. You very much have a side to where people don't know. They want to be on your good side. They might want to be, okay? People find that you have a very sexy type of mysterious vibe. You may very well be into the mysticism, into esoteric, spiritual. You may dive into the things people are afraid to get into. You're a person who likes to be alone, but people admire that about you. There's a confidence in you that a lot of people don't often have. You can walk alone. I see that you've done so for a while. You also can retract your energy from people very well. There's something very destined about your energy, and people can feel it. You stand out even when you don't want to. And I don't even see that you've always wanted to stand out, but you can't help it. It's who you are. You're meant to be this mysterious rebel, living life on the edge, going your own way. Like, not necessarily living life on the edge. It's like you dare to venture where people are afraid to go, okay? You dare to learn the things that people consider to be, scary or taboo or, even dark. You go into those places because you've gone into those places inside of yourself, and people can see that. You may be very quiet. To people, you seem very shy and very quiet. You may have a lot to say, but I think that you keep to yourself sometimes because you know that the things that you have to say, it might be a little too much for them. Okay, they may not know about it. You may not be the one they want to bring to the family function. Okay, all right, you might not want to go to the family function, but I do see that you are the one that if a person brings you home, you like, hey, you want me to not talk? Okay, did you tell someone that in their astrological stars they were meant to face karma for, da, 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 da. Did you tell my grandma that? Well, yeah, she asked me about the okay, you're that person. Hey, look, don't even bring me here. You know what I'm gonna do, okay? So you're that person that might be, okay, look, what did you want me to ignore your grandmother? I told her what I saw. Okay, so you might be somebody who's on a whole nother vibe. You might roll alone for those reasons. You know that people can understand the depth of who you are, but you can see through people. That's the thing. You're very intuitive. You can see that people can't handle this. You at one point maybe went through a phase where you couldn't handle this aspect of yourself. You could have turned to substances or something just to escape the depth that you're finally starting to embrace within yourself. It's a beautiful thing, and people find you to be so mystical and just different. And even if you're not into astrology and spirituality and tarot cards and all of that, there's something about you that just has the independence of being alone. You deal with yourself, you deal with your emotions, and you come back and you see people and you read people, and they might not want to try you. They don't know what they're going to get when it comes to you. People find you to be a badass, okay? There's something about your energy that's confident without trying. You don't got to say much. When you do say much, you probably confuse people anyway. You know they don't understand you. You know you've been here before. People find your presence to be almost it's big. It's heavy. Your presence is heavy. You walk into a room and you're noticed. People find your absence to be thick. Okay, they can, like, you come into a room, they feel it. You walk out of a room, they feel it. Okay, so people admire this about you. You have your own sense of style. You might be a person that wears a lot of black, or you might be a person that tends to wear a lot of one color, or you may be a person who wears many colors because you like to express yourself. Okay, through even wardrobe, you like to express yourself. So what people find attractive about you is the fact that you are very sexy, you're very mysterious, you don't aim to be, but you are a person who stands out, and people are curious about you. You're not curious about them. Okay, you may have a curiosity for the depth of people, but not in a shallow sense. You want to get deep, and people find that to be very alluring. Okay, people really love your eyes. People love looking at you. Okay, you would win a staring contest any day. Okay, people find that you don't let them in, and it makes them want to get closer. Okay, because you don't let anyone in, because you're very guarded, but more so you're very intuitive. And because you have this, okay, you can come, but but stay over there-ness about you. You don't come close, right? The Krakens do aim to decimize, okay? So, or not decimize, decimate, okay? So don't anger the Krakens, all right? Because you have this release the Krakens about you, okay? And they are the guards at your dungeon doors, okay? So people find that attractive about you. They cannot figure you out. If this resonated with you, go ahead and leave it in the comments below. For you guys, I think I want you guys to leave the eyeball emoji, just the one eye, okay? Because you guys are my third eye deck for sure. So leave the one eyeball emoji if this resonated with you for Pal 2. And if you like the video, feel free to like the video. If you love the video, then feel free to subscribe, Pal 2. What are you doing? Stay well. All right. Bye, Pal 2. All right, so if you chose Pal 3, we're going to find out what people find attractive about you. Wow, you could have been attracted to Pal 1. Pal 1, I believe, got this in the same spot. Okay, so Pal 3, you feel more like my artist pile. I think that you are very creative. I don't think that you know how creative you are. Okay, you have to other people, you have a very beautiful, gifted energy. There's something about you that's magical. There's something about you that's just, I'm definitely getting Pisces. I'm definitely getting Libra, Leo, Aries. Just, you have a very artistically expressive way about yourself, and it seems that it was just given to you. I think that you have a way of really highlighting things that people need to see. So you might be a person who can get people to see. You definitely could have had ties to pull to Pal 1. You may be a person who deals with bouts of depression, and you may have highs and you may have lows, but those highs, people love to see you when you're in a good mood. People love to hang out with you. People love to hear what you have to say. People love to see you shine. When you have those lows, you do something. I don't know what this thing is that you do that's creative in a sense, but you would benefit from doing things like when you're depressed or when you're sad. You may be a person who may benefit from watching YouTube videos like Faith in Humanity Restored and things like that make you feel lifted again, because you're very connected to the earth. And yes, you could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You could be any sign, honestly. But I think that the moods of others really affects you. I think that people love being around you, and they find it attractive that they relate to you. You are almost like a mirror. You show people. I mean, people, I almost want to get into what people don't like about you, but I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to say one thing people like about you is that you show people what they want to see. And I'm not going to say that you don't deal with your own empathic things that you have to purge because of that, but you're almost like a mirror. and you show people what they want to see, and that's very pleasing to people. Like, you may know the truth about someone, but you may still accept them. They may not ever know that you know the truth about them, but you still accept this person for who you are. You still treat people good. You still treat people fair. You still treat people, even people that may not deserve it. You reflect back to them what they want to see. You give that energy even if you're tired. You give fairness even if other people may feel like you shouldn't be. Now, I'm not going to say that this is always healthy for you, because I do see that you have the need to really bring yourself back, squeeze all of that out of your empathic little sponge. But I think that you really do lift people's spirits, no matter how you're feeling or if they even notice it. You're very good at lifting people's spirits. There's something very magical about you. You don't like to see people down. You just seem to have that touch that it's almost like Power One, only it's more on an emotional sense. Power One was more of like inspiring the mind. You're more of like turning the emotions. Like, you just have that thing that makes people feel better. Like, you feel like a best friend to people. You always are just that missing little touch to somebody's emotions. Okay, you know how to make people happy. It may be through art, it may be through some type of expression. I think that you've dealt with a lot of depression or dark, things in your life, and because of that, I'm definitely getting Pisces energy, definitely Libra, all of those things, signs that I said. But because of that, you don't like to see people down, so you give of your energy in a way that it recharges people. But the thing is, you also have to recharge too. You also have to meditate. You also have to recuperate your energy. Okay, excuse me. I think people see you and you often seem to be in a good mood, which is ironic because I see that you definitely deal with, a lot of darker emotions sometimes, and just feeling like hopeless and not knowing what you're going to do. But you seem to always be the missing piece for other people. It's very interesting. You may benefit from some type of art, okay? From some type of art, painting, singing, okay? I forget what those are called. Sound bowls? Is that what they're called? Where they hit the bowl and it's like... Okay, you may be a person that benefits from that as far as peace goes, to restore yourself, to bring your energy back. You may be a person that likes to be outside. You like to be in nature. You might like to go for walks, go for hikes, even garden, things like that, or maybe into like, hey, let's go do this. Let's go do something we've never done before. You bring something to the table that's different. Like, let's go do this. Let's go do this. Let's go have fun. Let's go out. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really are a person that people love being around, because you're always going to introduce something, even if it's something simple like, wine and painting, or let's go hiking, or let's go swimming, or let's go, laser tagging and things like that. It doesn't really matter. It's just that you have an ability to bring people out of depressions, and it's almost magical, the way that your spirit is just light, okay? Like, you can bring people back into emotional balance, emotional restoration. And I think people find that very attractive about you. They love your style. You have a very eccentric, expressive style. Okay, you are the person who definitely may wear a lot of colors and may come with very thrifty but yet trend-setting styles that really are unique to you, that you start yourself, and next thing you know, people are wanting to dress like you, and you're just like, hey, I bought this for $3.99 at the thrift store, okay? But yet the way that you put it together is really an expression of yourself, but yet people may tend to want to be like you a lot, or dress like you. You may wear a lot of colors. You may put things together that people may be like, how did you pull that off? Okay, because you're almost like a unicorn, mermaid, magician, wizard, something of the other realms, and you come here, and maybe sometimes you don't feel like you fit in, but at the same time, you people, like, you have to be careful about that too, because sometimes you can force yourself, because you're very mutable. From what I see, you can fit into things and lose yourself a little bit and forget who you are, or become a little upset because you've kind of gotten away from what, who you actually are, and you have to find yourself again. But I do want to say that people find you to be very fun. They know they're going to have a good time with you. They know if they're depressed, they can call you. They know that you're going to give your energy in a way where it restores them, okay? So you do want to be careful about that. This is heavy on the empathic energy. But yeah, people love your style. You're very eccentric. You're very quirky. quirky. Okay, so whatever this is, there's something about you that's natural. It's gifted. You may feel alone a lot. You may want more friends like you. You may find that you're always the eccentric one, and maybe you'd like to come into contact with someone who's as eccentric and understands you too. But for the most part, people find you to be very fun, very fair, very giving, very eccentric, very artistic and gifted, and people love the way that you make them feel and what you mirror back to them. So that's what I see for you, pile 3. For you, I would say definitely leave the unicorn emoji if you got this pile, because you're definitely the unicorn. You're definitely the unicorn of the deck. So if this resonated with you, leave it in the comments. If you like the video, feel free to like the video. If you love the video, then feel free to subscribe, pile 3. What are you doing? Stay well. All right. Bye, pile 3.